how bad is Ben on Chimps Mode? So today we're going to put that thing to the test because Ben is usually this hero that often gets overlooked on Chimps Mode and for good reason. I mean, all of his abilities are basically disabled on Chimps Mode. For example, the level 1, level 2 ability is just generating cash, but then when you get to the level 3 biohack, it adds extra damage, which is basically 4 closest monkeys pop an extra layer per attack for 6 seconds, but then afterwards they cannot attack for 2 seconds. So there's a little bit of a timing aspect to this ability as well. And then the level 10 ability, which is the Siphon Funding, which downgrades all, well, it says most, but basically everything that spawns except the DDT before he gets level 20 gets basically downgraded by 1 rank. So for example, a BFB is gonna turn into a Moab, and that is probably the most useful aspect of Ben. So I created a challenge for this thing, and let's just jump into this thing. We're going to be playing on balance, and I wanted to add an additional type of a restriction for us, which is basically going to be only using tier 3 towers and nothing else, because I kind of wanted to use Ben's. Let me just actually place this Buccaneer. I think we're going to start with the Buccaneer. Actually, I want to have 2 of these guys, because now that we've limited ourselves to tier 3 towers only, we have to be kind of smart with the towers that we're using. So I wanted to start with the Buccaneer because we're going for the Destroyer. Okay, so hopefully this Buccaneer can survive. I bought it as a 0-1-0, so I only have the Grape Shot, but I'm not sure if he's going to be able to hold on, because after we get Ben, well, Ben is the type of hero that doesn't actually do anything when you place him, because it's Chimps Mode. So hopefully this Buccaneer can survive these yellows, and then I guess it's also going to have to survive the next round, which, well, it's not even making it past this one, so we're going to have to do something about it. This upgrade should be fine. It's like a 1-1-0. Is this going to be fine versus 15? Because if we survive 15, I think that we might be able to survive 16 as well. So let's see what we do with this one. I actually have a very specific spot in mind for Ben just because of the map that we're playing, but let's just see how we do on this round. So there's a pink balloon. Should I be microing this guy? Yeah, he's just not popping it. He's just not popping the pink balloons. Okay, so we have to do something about it. And you know what I want to do? I want to get a glue gunner. So eventually, because we're limited to tier 3 towers only, let's just do it like this. Let's get this guy. He's a super cheap tower, and I kind of like having him as well. And this is going to become a Moab glue, essentially. So let's see if we can deal with this round, and we're going to have the money. And yeah, so let's place Ben right over here. Now, this spot is actually very specific because of the towers that I want to be buying. So since we're limiting ourselves to using only tier 3 towers, that means that our damage is going to be really limited, and we're only looking to buy towers that are going to have a benefit from Ben's biohack ability. So I was thinking of getting an ace actually. So what am I doing for this round? Well, I think I'm gonna buy this thing actually. Let's get the bigger gloves and let's see if this is gonna do anything, and maybe this is the time for us to use the biohack. I'm actually gonna do it. Let's use the biohack, and hopefully the timing was good. So our towers are going to stop attacking for a second, but hopefully that was not too bad. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so I just did the calculations on this thing. How much money is it going to take to buy the 020 Ace for the camo detection? And it's $1,460. So let's just hit play. I'm really scared to buy this thing, because if we buy it and we don't have the money, then basically the run is over. So hopefully things go well somehow. Yes, nice. There, 1,519. That's amazing. Okay, so let me quickly buy this thing, and let me. Okay, that was that was actually really good. So the run continues. I really don't want to get the Mellipad. I really want to get the Never Miss, because that thing is gonna go so hard with the Ben ability. So let's. I don't know. I think I'm gonna use it. Yeah, this round is gonna be pure RNG. So I think we have to do something about it. Okay, so I want to buy a tower that's not gonna cost too much money, but it's also, I don't know, I think we can leave it. So I think I'm gonna place a sniper, which is gonna go right over here. I'm gonna have this thing on strong, and I want to have it as far as possible because our main setup is gonna be here in the middle. And when we use the biohack ability, I don't want this guy to be taking the buff. I mean, he's a sniper, he also doesn't care about the biohack, but yeah. Let's just have him like that. So that's round 33, and hopefully we get the money for the Never Miss pretty soon, because our defense is, well, I'm pretty sure as soon as the rainbows come out on like round 35, we're done to beat them all. Here they come. So it's 3,000. I'm spamming this thing. I bought it. You know what? I'm actually going to use the ability. Let's just deal with these guys. Yeah, there we go. It's time. Let's upgrade this thing to a Destroyer. This thing should help us deal with the bad. And honestly, just because I want to get this thing to a Moab glue, I feel like doing this is a pretty cheap way to kind of help us out with the Moab and basically the ceramics, because, well, we do have damage, but it's like this guy and he doesn't cover the center that well. So let's just see how we do versus the Moab. I want to use the ability, but timing this ability is also really important because, oh, never mind. I forgot about the Trojan. There's no need to time anything. I really want to buy some other capitation besides the sniper and the never miss. And because we're limited to tier 3, we actually cannot even upgrade these guys anymore. So it's like maybe the sniper can go up to something, but I don't want to touch him. I think he's just gonna remain like a 0-1-0. So let's get this thing. Let's get the Ultra Vision and then Laser Blast into Plasma Blast, eventually into a Sun Avatar, and I also want to have an Alchemist. So the plan for this thing is to actually have, so this guy on the left is going to be a Sun Avatar, and then on top of him there's going to be an Alchemist, and then I want to do the same thing here on the right side. So there's going to be a Super Monkey here, which is going to become a Sun Avatar, and then an Alchemist above him. Now if I place them correctly, I think that the Glue Gunner in the middle is not going to be taking the Berserker Brew buff. So hopefully this works out. Hopefully this goes well. So a huge problem with Ben is the fact that he's using the Trojan ability on whatever he lands, but basically whenever he lands on the wrong balloon, which is I guess like a Moab at this point, but later on it can affect BFBs and DDTs as well. That essentially means that we are not getting the let's just kind of get ready for this one, by the way, because I don't want to be buying anything else. But that basically means that we're not getting the money that we would have gotten from that. And that is just like that. I mean, it Trojan the first one, but we did not get the money from it. So let's just buy the Sun Avatar. And this, by the way, works for the level 10 ability as well, the Siphon Funding, because when you downgrade all of the balloons into, let's say you downgrade the ZOMG into a BFB, I mean, sure, that's less RBE, but you're missing all of the money. So you have to be kind of careful of how you're using it. Basically, Ben on Chimps Mode is just being careful and being very mindful about how you use the abilities, because you don't want to block your towers with the biohacking. You don't want to downgrade yourself into basically not making any money. So here's round 63. We have the biohack ability, but let's see if the Sun Avatar is going to be able to take care of it. We also have a little bit of money, so I could probably get an Alchemist. I should actually get an Alchemist. So let's get this guy and just buy it like this, and I hope this doesn't reach the Glue Gunner. It doesn't. Okay, that's amazing. So this is like a private Alchemist for the Sun Avatar. That's exactly what you want to see. So we have some money to upgrade a couple of things. I guess we could start working on the second Sun Avatar, but I also want to be buying some things like the Glue Splatter and the Moab Glue. So let's actually, what are we planning? What are we doing right now? So let's do it like this. Let's get the Moab Glue. Let's get the Glue Splatter just to kind of help out with these Moab class balloons. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to use the ability for the first wave, but I am going to use it for the second, I think. Oh, never mind. Okay, never mind. I'm going to use it for the first wave as well. So we need to time this thing actually. So let's use it like now. Oh my god, I was so late on that one. I think I got like half of it. I was super late on that one. Okay, we got it. That's good. That's good. I was only going to use it on the second wave actually, just because there are a lot of purple balloons before it comes out, so it might kind of block some of the attacks of the Sun Avatar, so just to be safe. But yeah, we're going to have to... It's not going to come off cooldown, is it? I'm going to try and spam it. I hope I don't mess it up. So I used it. And let's watch the ceramics. We're going to miss a lot of money, by the way, because of this, but it just has to be done probably. Hopefully. Hopefully I don't make a mistake by doing that one. We have 28,000, so I think it's time to buy the second one, the second Sun Avatar, at least start working towards it, then get the Alchemist, and we're actually going to be done, just because the way this map works, because even though we are going to have some extra cash, there's nothing to, there are no spots to place our towers on. So let's see how we do versus ZOMG. Should I have reduced this thing to a BFB actually, now that I think about this, because, well... I don't know, I should probably use this ability. So this is actually, let me check Ben's level. So he's level, oh no, he's level 12. Okay, so it's just level 13 when he actually gets bonus damage, which goes from +1 to +2 damage. But I think I'm gonna use the ability when everything pops, so like right now. And then all the towers, because the way it works is the towers are closest to Ben get buffed. So it's this Never Miss, which gets super buffed. It's the Sun Avatar, which is exactly the towers. And that's why I placed Ben here, because it's exactly the towers that we want to have. With the exception of the Moab Glue, I have to say, but like there's no... The Moab Glue is here because it's not going to get buffed by any Alchemist on the left and the right side if we place the Alchemist correctly. But it's like something that we're just going to have to take it. This thing, let me upgrade it to 320 and see if the glue is not getting buffed. So these placements on the Alchemist are perfect, but there's a little bit of a problem, and the problem is with this spot right here. So whatever you place here, it's in proximity of the Alchemists, and because this spot and the tower is going to get placed here is closer than the Sun Avatars, the way the Berserker Brew works is it buffs the closest towers first. So if I place a tower here, that's basically going to be the one that's going to be eating up all the Alch buffs. And so I'm thinking about a tower that doesn't absorb Alch buffs that I wanna place here. And I actually thought of one. I think this is going to be, and it's actually a tower that you guys are not even gonna expect this tower, because I actually don't even use this tower in general, but is the Beast Handler. So the thing with the beast handler is that even though you can see the buff icon above it, when I place it, it's not going to be taking any buffs. And that's because these beasts, they cannot get buffed by the alchemist. So what I want to do is I actually want to get the golden eagle. That's going to be a tier 3. And this thing, when it's at max beast power, it can grab it says that it can grab the lowest tiers of Moab, but I think it's not plural. I think it's actually only applies to Moab class balloons and not BFBs. I think it just stops the Moab class balloons. So we have to upgrade it. So let's get a couple of beast handlers and actually get this thing merged up. So yeah, this is a tower that's not going to be eating up the alch buff. That's amazing. Let's get one more, and it's a super cheap one, so it's gonna allow us to have basically a bunch of money left over. So it's at max beast power right now. It's 24 out of 24, so it's going to be pulling a little bit of Moabs towards the. I guess it's gonna be bringing it back, or however it works. I don't know. I think it's a little bit confusing on this map because I have it like, let's say I have it here on the left side, but then like for the balloons that are coming out from the right side, it's actually it's actually helping them escape. So I'm not sure if it wants to do that. We are probably nearing the end of the towers that we can buy. We can actually buy one more tower, and that's gonna be it, and that's where the fun starts. Because after we're done with placing all of our towers, that's when we can freely start using our siphon funding ability, because I know it's gonna lose us money, but that's kind of the point when we have everything on screen. So I have this spot reserved for it's DDT, so let's see how I do versus them. It's just around 90, so we should be able to clean them easily. Yeah, there we go. The problem that we have currently is that this guy, the Moab glue, I'm clicking on the beast handler for some reason. Yeah, there we go. So the Moab glue cannot see cow balloons, which means that it's not gonna work on DDT. So we have to find a way to deal with that. But first, let me buy the other destroyer. It's gonna be a 320. So basically the biohack now affects 6 towers. So it's gonna be these two guys in its proximity base. So it's gonna be these two guys, the destroyers. This is number 3, the never miss, and this is 4, 5, and 6. So if I did everything correctly, I'm actually gonna use it now just to test. Yeah, there we go. It's amazing. So basically these sun avatars are getting +2 damage, and they're just going to town. I wish the downtime went away. Like when Ben gets level, what's it like, level 13? Yeah, so when it gets when the bonus damage gets increased, affects 6 monkeys for 8 seconds. I wish that the downtime went away at this point, and it's just like you use the ability and there's no downtime for your towers. I think that would be nice. Like it doesn't last a long time anyway, so why the downtime in the first place? Okay, round 94, I think I want to do the first siphon funding. There are a lot of ZMGs incoming, so I want to reduce them, and a bunch of BFBs. Oh, and look at that. So how many did we get? I hope we got a lot, actually. I hope we got a good chunk of them, because these sun avatars, well, we're lacking damage. It's basically a tier 3 restriction, which is basically not enough damage, and when you don't have enough damage, you have to rely on less RB in general. So yeah, there goes the thing, and we are gonna have all of the abilities. Oh, actually, it's a bunch of oh my god, are we even fine on this one? Are we even dealing with the purples? Okay, so this round might be a little bit problematic, and I think I have a solution, but I'm gonna let these guys play it out first. So let's use the siphon funding now on these. Well, it doesn't work on the DDTs yet, but it works in the Moab, so let's use it now and see how we do. And I think we're actually doing. Oh no, never mind. I'm gonna use the ability. So as soon as the siphon funding ended, that was a little bit scary. So round 96, we actually don't have the siphon on this one, so hopefully the biohack comes off cooldown. Is this gonna be the first actually problematic round? It looks like it. I'm gonna use the ability right now. I hope we take care of these guys at the middle. Yeah, I can't see anything. Hopefully the bird is doing something, like it's pushing back like a Moab or 2 back just to buy a little bit of time. But I think we have it. Okay, so we dealt with the BFBs, and what do we do now? I mean, this is the I guess this is the Ben problem. It's more of a tier 3 problem, actually. I'm scared to use it because if I use it to the wrong time, like it's just this whole round is gonna end. But I think I have to use it. So I'm gonna use it now. Let's see what these guys are gonna do. So hopefully they clean it up before it. Oh my, no, it stopped. Yes. Yes, good job. Okay, so let's save the ability. Let's save everything for 98, and I'm actually going to use the siphon funding. We're going to reduce so much RB on the next round. It's going to be insane. So as soon as these guys pop, I'm hitting the siphon funding, and yeah, that thing should reduce like 100,000 RB for sure. Let's just be ready with the siphon. Actually, that's around 99. So use it right now. And oh my god, look at this. So these guys that you guys see, the BFBs with the green lines onto them, that's actually ZOMGs that got reduced. So that is a lot of RB that's just not gonna happen. Oh my god, is it enough though? Is it actually enough? I should use the ability right now, I think. Or should I use it right now? Oh my god, I don't know. I'm so scared to use the ability because if it stops at the wrong time, I'm gonna use it. I'm using it right now. I hope they take care of it. I hope nothing leaks. They stopped attacking. Oh my god. No. maybe I buy this. So this is a tower that cannot be buffed by an alchemist as well because it's an alchemist itself. And I hope that this does a little bit more damage to help things out. So I'm going to do this. I'm actually going to have both of these guys on strong. And I'm going to use the biohack ability as soon as possible. So let's use the siphon, reduce a bunch of these guys. And then when everything starts coming into range, like, I guess like now, I'm going to use the biohack so it comes off cooldown. And now we're going to have it again. So I think that this is a lot better than last time actually. So the biohack is coming out in a second. How much damage are these guys doing? It's like 20,000. Oh, it's actually doing a lot of damage. The biohack is ready, so let's wait a little bit. Oh my god, I need to use it. I saw that was a big explosion. It like just mobs appeared. And yes, amazing. Okay, so 99, we actually do get the siphon. But let's see how I do versus these 45 DT. So we don't have the biohack. It's just these guys have to take care of it by themselves. And how is it looking? It is not looking good. I guess the one thing that we can do is I can get a shimmer, which is going to reveal the DDTs, and that's going to allow the mob glue to glue them. But besides this thing, like I was actually thinking of getting like these guys for around 100. So let me just, I mean, I'm going to have these guys for around 100 anyway, so let's just buy them like this. I'm going to have 2 of them. You know what, maybe this is overkill. Maybe these shimmers are overkill for the DDTs because we can just do it with like an NG phone, which is more expensive. But let's just leave everything like this. I'm gonna use the siphon now so that we have things a little bit more easier for our sun avatar. So let's hope this is enough. So hopefully these shimmers, they do their job, and hopefully we hold on. I mean, it's close. It's gonna be close. Yes, nice, amazing. Okay, that was great. So I guess I'm gonna buy one more. Yes, there we go. So it's 130 on this one, but that's fine. And just a little bit of helping hand for these guys, for sun avatars. These guys did about like what, like 4,000 or 5,000 damage in total. Yeah, that's fine. So use the biohack ability. I'm gonna use one more time, I guess. So the thing is, if I use the siphon and this thing pops, it's not gonna affect them. So yeah, it's not gonna affect the balloons that spawn. So yeah, I have to either use it at the start or just it's not gonna do anything mid round. So the PvP layer actually popped. We're gonna have one more biohack, but I feel like they're going to exit now. So yeah, there might be an issue. I mean, does like this thing do more damage? Like it's gonna be a 032. What do I guess I could buy this thing. I guess I could add like like this guy, one more sniper, $40 remaining. Let's get like this. Let's use the ability and get as much damage as possible from this guy, from the sun avatar on the right side. So I think it's just +2 damage. Yeah, it hasn't upgraded yet. And let's use the ability immediately now, so everyone gets the extra damage. And so what I think I was doing is I was actually over damaging it with the mob share, as funny as that sounds, because if we have the biohack active while the ZOMGs are on the field and it pops them, that seems to be an issue. So we want to have this thing end before the ZOMGs pop. Please. No, they popped. Okay, so this is actually a problem because when this thing starts taking into effect the unstable concoction, well, oh my god, we actually got it. What happened there? Was it the bird, right? It was the bird that just kept pushing everyone back. Oh my god, this guy came in clutch. That was amazing. That was actually so good. But there it is, Ben on Chimps Mode. So I guess Ben can be kind of useful in Chimps Mode, but it's not the default choice. And the problem with him is that he requires a lot of timing of the abilities, right? It just, do you want to downgrade? When do you want to downgrade stuff? And then when do you want to buy a hack? How is it going to affect your towers? And you have to be mindful about the placement. But that's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. It was really fun recording this one actually, and also putting the limit on ourselves with tier 3 towers only. And I will see you all in the next one.